It's time for the Jim and Terry Show.
You can fly like a bird on the wing, with such a dignified grace. By those lines on your face, you tell us your story, and that's the way it should be. With your long history, your own power and glory. Everybody would stop and listen, pay attention in case they're missing advice and words of wisdom, hanging on every word you say. Now you can fly like a bird on the wing. And now you can be with your friends in a time never ends. Have a beer, have a joke or two, flying high in the sky, where your teardrops can dry. There we will think of you. Everybody should stop and listen, pay attention in case they're missing your advice and words of wisdom, hanging on every word you say.
The Jim and Terry Show, coming to you as a solo podcast for the next few episodes. Jim is still enjoying himself in the sun. Haven't heard back? Jim, if you're listening, send a text. But Jim, if you are listening, it is a sad life, my friend, that you are holidaying in Mexico and listening to the Jim and Terry Show. But still, send a text, send some message through your kids that you are alive and well and not mixed up in any trouble or shenanigans. Enjoying fun in the sun is what I would like to hear. The opening song is called Fly Like a Bird, and it is a memoriam to Keith Allen's brother-in-law, I think is the relationship, who was assigned as, I believe, some kind of a crew member on the classic British airship of the World War II era, the Lancaster bomber. And he survived his missions and lived a long and satisfying life. And the song, Fly Like a Bird, is just a testimonial to a life full of memories of hardship and suffering, of stationed in defense of England during the dark times of World War II, and how those memories were stuff that Keith enjoyed listening to and valued and honored in that song, Fly Like a Bird. Using music as a honorarium, a way of paying respect to people. We do that often in songs that we write about that are biographical, songs that give some kind of meaning to someone's life, either in their passing or, even more meaningful, in their living. Write about people while they are doing what they are doing that you are celebrating. I think that is a noble venture as well. It doesn't happen very often. You usually find it's sort of like sainthood in the Roman Catholic tradition. You have to demonstrate a certain number of miracles and be attested to by certain levels of the hierarchy before you can claim and be awarded or conferred the title of saint. But I'm thinking we should be celebrating these people along the way, not beatifying them after the fact, as though somehow our service is only of value after we're gone. Do you take time to say thank you? Because that's really where this whole practice stems from. Just being grateful for the stuff of the daily life. The please, the thank yous, the would you mind doing, would it be okay if, the kind of invitational language that opens participation and encourages people to come alongside and help. That's the way we should be living and encouraging others to live and celebrating along the way. Not waiting till the end, till the accumulated lifetime of service becomes noteworthy because you're sad that someone's no longer able to perform those services. And that's, I guess, one of the fears that I would have is that you get to that point in your life where you've had a lifetime of service and it's still not recognized by anyone as being of any particular worth. And that's, I guess as a songwriter, that's part of my insecurities, that I've written so many hundreds of songs, recorded so many, lent my voice to so many, my cello playing to so many, my arranging and technical skills to so many. And Keith Allen and Kevin Gibbons have a song that we put out called Done So Many. Yeah, we've done so many. And the chaser line to that is, but never a penny. In other words, you've done it because you have passion for it, you're driven, you're motivated, but if you expect a monetary reward in the age of streaming everything free, I'm not sure. Is the day of the mega artist gone? I'm thinking that even the influencers are a thing of the past. Or are they? You know, right into the Jim and Terry Show, you have an opinion about influencers, social media gurus, people who make their money off of their podcasting skills, their messages. I was following, as I tend to do because I'm curious about all kinds of things, a particular cult in the United States. Really, it's just an online presence community, really. It's got hundreds of thousands of followers, hundreds of thousands. And when I listen to the messages produced by the leader of this cult, it sort of speaks to me of the desperation of a whole bunch of people who I would call seekers. And there's nothing wrong with being a seeker necessarily, as long as you understand the parameters and limitations of your quest. What are you seeking and what is your motive? Or perhaps it is a question of check your own motivations at the door when you go seeking, because you will seek and find what it is you tried to find. It's not often that something comes your way unsolicited. You've already sown the seeds to be receptive to some message or other because that is your intention. I'm not sure I believe in intentionality, to use that new age jargon. However, I am convinced that if you seek it, you will find it. And whether that is your come to Jesus moment of, being, I'm saved, and get thee behind me, Satan, and I'm on the right path, I'm on the straight and narrow, and I've been changed. Why do I use a southern drawl? I guess it's because of things like programs like the Gemstones and other ones that are sort of mockumentaries, not really documentaries, on faith healers. And the great damage to faith, genuine faith that people have, and I use genuine faith to separate the wolves and the sheep, rather than wolves and sheep. I'm wondering if everybody is as a sheep, really. We all prefer to follow. And maybe that's a human trait. I'm not sure. We look for leadership and we find leadership, whether that is political, as in the MAGA movement. Yeah, I'm going to get there once in a while, or not. It's we tend to like to follow, and be aware of when you seek and find the thing you are seeking, and it disappoints. Stuff to think about. The Jim and Terry Show, solo podcast. Take care now. Bye-bye.